was expecting to do about those wheel locks. I'm not Fleming. He could afford litigation like that. I can't. I want my money, and if I don't get it in cash, I'm going to beat it out of that dirty little swindler's hide," Gresham replied, an ugly look appearing on his face. "I wouldn't blame you. You could find plenty of other collectors who'd hold your coat while you were doing it," Rand told him. Then he inquired idly, "What sort of pistol was it that Lane Fleming is supposed to have shot himself with?" Gresham frowned. "I really don't know. I didn't see it. It's supposed to have been a Confederate Leech & Rigdon .36. You know, one of those imitation Colt Navy models that were made in the South during the Civil War." Rand nodded. He was familiar with the type. "The story is that Fleming found it hanging back of the counter at some roadside lunch stand, along with a lot of other old pistols, and talked the proprietor into letting it go for a few dollars," Gresham continued. "It was supposed to have been loaded at the time, and went off while Fleming was working on it at home." He shook his head. "I can't believe that, Jeff. Lane Fleming would know a loaded revolver when he saw one. I believe he deliberately shot himself, and the family faked the accident and fixed the authorities. The police never made any investigation; it was handled by the coroner alone. And our coroner out in Scott County is eminently fixable, if you go about it right. A pitiful little nonentity with a tremendous inferiority complex." "But good Lord, why?" Rand demanded. "I never heard of Fleming having any troubles worth killing himself over." Gresham lowered his voice. "Jeff, I'm not supposed to talk about this, but the fact is that I believe Fleming was about to lose control of the Premix Company," he said. "I have, well, sources of inside information. This is in confidence, so don't quote me, but certain influences were at work inside the company toward that end." He inspected the tip of his cigar and knocked off the ash into the tray at his elbow. "Lane Fleming's death is on record as accidental, Jeff. It's been written off as such. It would be a great deal better for all concerned if it were left at that." End of Chapter 4.